Welcome back, dear student. Today we will study P.B. Shelley's Ode to West Wind, Stanza 2 and 3. In previous class, we have studied about P.B. Shelley, about the introduction of the poem and the stanza first. To flashback the previous class, I would like to give a brief introduction about the flashes of the previous class. The present poem was written in 1819 and it was published along with Shelley's musical drama Prometheus Unbound. Shelley was living in Italy at the time, as Shelley tells us in a note that the poem was conceived and chiefly written in the woods around the Arno near Florence in Italy. He wrote it on the day when the stormy wind was collecting the vapors that sent the autumnal rain. At sunset, as Sally had foreseen, there was a violent tempest of hail and rain, attended by an unexceptional thunder of cloud and lightning. It is one of the Shelley's greatest poems, as I told you in previous class. It has been called a matchless chord, but it is not easy to understand. The main difficulty in understanding its arise from the abundance of simile and metaphor, which follows one another with astonishing quickness. In the course of the poem, Shelley processes from magnificent realization of nature and nature's storm and peace to equally great and self description. Finally, he mingles nature and himself together in order to sing the golden age of mankind. In the first stanza, the opening stanza describes the activity of the west wind on land. The west wind drives the dead leaves before it just is as a magician drives away the ghost by his approach. The west wind scatters the seeds far and near and covers them with dust so that they are buried underground, where they remain like a dead bodies in their graves till the coming of the spring when they sprout into the plant which bears flowers filling the valley with the sweet smell and attractive colors. The poet addresses West Wind as a wild spirit moving everywhere, the omnipotent, the omnipresent, the destroyer and the preserver, the destroyer of the leaves and the preserver of the dead seeds. That's why in the last lines of the stanza he said that the O wild spirit, thou art moving everywhere, destroyer and preserver, here, oh, here. So, these were the concluding lines of the of the stanza. In the next stanza, the lines which start from "Thou on whose stream." So, the second stanza describes the activities of the west wind in air. The west wind carries on its surface loose clouds, which seems to have fallen from the sky just as withered leaves fall from the branches of the trees in the autumn. The clouds floating on the surface of the west wind are messengers of the rain and lightning. The locks of the approaching the storm are spread on the airy surface of the west wind like the bright hair uplifted from the head of the fringed bacchant. Furthermore, the west wind is a dirge of the dying year of for which the closing night will be the dome of the big tomb vaulted with all the aggregated strength of west wind, as seen in rain, lightning, and hailstorm. The poet calls upon the west wind to listen him. This stanza is an example of the to say uh, abstract imagery which characteristic or which characterizes much of Shelley's poetry. It is a remarkable also for its various similes and metaphors. So, dear students, directly come on the text. Now, I will start right now to read. I will read this text, the complete stanza. After then, we will discuss or study in detail. So, thou, on whose stream mid the steep sky's commotion, loose clouds like earth decaying leaves are said, shook from the tangled bow of heaven ocean, angels of rain and lightning there are sprayed on the blue surface of thine airy surge like the bright hair uplifted from the head of some fiery minant, even from the dim verge of the horizon to the zenith height. The locks of the approaching storm, thou dirge of the dying years, to which this closing night will be the dome of the vast sculpture, vaulted with all thy congregated might of vapors from those solid atmosphere, black rain, fire, hail will burst here, oh here. So this is the complete uh, text of the stanza second. So now I would like to give the meaning of the difficult words over here. Thou, thou means it is personified west wind. So thou is used for west wind. Stream, the surface. Steepy, very high. Commotion, to say the unrest or to say some sort of panic, to say the hustle and bustle. Luge, again, luge here is the word use of simile. Luge clouds are here compared with the hairs of the first minant. And the next one is shade. Shade means the colors, the different shade of colors. Shook, it is to say um, shook, that is shaken, to move. Tangled, interlocked, to say mingled, mixtures, both the branches. Heaven, very high in the sky. Ocean, very deep. Angels, the messengers. And the next one is the difficult word, I think, and that is the next one is some fire seminant. Here is word, the fire seminant is used for some sort of the जिसको अपन हिंदी में अगर कॉल करें तो राक्षसी जिसको कॉल कर सकते हैं, और टू से इट इज़ follower of the god of wine, to say the female follower of the female follower of god of wine. Zenith, the highest point of the sky. uh, then it is to say the difficult next word is, I think it is dirge, the funeral song. And I think uh, sepulchre, that is the burial place, the graves. And vaulted, the dome, the to say the vaulted roof of the tomb. Congregated, the collected strength. Vapors, the clouds. Solid, the heavy with the clouds, that is to say the hailstorm type of scenario. The fire, here is the tingling. the lightning, um, hail to say the icy burst to say the thunderstorm. So this is the um, complete text of the stanza. Second, so student, I am again along with you to study line to line. So be attentive. Look at thou. Look at thou whose stream mid the steep sky commotion, thou, O west wind, whose stream, whose surface, that is mid steep, very high the commotion, all the way there is some sort of to say the movement. So, O west wind, we are here. Imagine that there is a vast tree whose roots are in the ocean. Hmm, whose branches are up into the sky. Hmm. So, from branches of the tree to say are fall in the loose of the clouds in which the sky, eh, loose clouds like earth decaying leaves are set, and now right now they are losing their shades as if the tree leave its leaves shook from the tangled boughs of the heaven and ocean, and they are mixing, they are interlocked into these clouds are falling from the surface of the west wind. And west wind just rotten leaves from a tree fallen on the earth below. Further, these clouds fall, then there is unrest, or to say the tumult in the high of the sky. That is when the stormy conditions develop in the sky. Angels of rain, lightning, and right now what happens? The angels to say there is these clouds are the messenger of the rain and lightning. The angel of the rain and lightning there are spread, so the clouds are spreading all the way for to say these are the messenger, the clouds are the messenger of the rain and lightning. The picture of the cloud is followed by the picture of approaching the storm. Or here on the blue surface of thy airy surge, the swiftest wind in the sky. So in this time, the west wind is moving over the sky right now. So it is followed by the picture of approaching the storm. The black hair of the storm is spread on the blue waves of the surface of the west wind. Like how? Like the bright hair uplifted from the head, as if the hairs uplifted from the face of a particular to say lady. हाउ इट इज़ अगर हम इसको डिफरेंट वर्ड्स में बोलना चाहे तो द हेयर्स ऑफ द स्टॉर्म कवर द सरफेस ऑफ द वेस्ट विंड ऑल ओवर द वे फ्रॉम द होरिजन इन द हाइएस्ट पॉइंट ऑफ द sky. The hairs of the storm spread on this way, just like to say the in disordered hair of some wild intoxicated, like as if कैसे of some fire imminent even from the dim words. Some fire imminent, a lady, a female follower of the god of wine, that is serving wine to the god of wine from dim versions, the black that is black covered. So here it said ki what the poet means or here is that the eyes of the traveler means the horizon of the highest point of the sky. Appearance in the sky indicates him that the storm is getting ready to blow. So the hair of the storm to say the hair of the storm spread over to say in this way, just like a disordered hair, some wild intoxicated female, the follower of the to say the god of wine. So in this way, it is a wonderful picturization of the to say this or here. And now the how it says the poet, Look at the logs of the approaching storm, thou dirge. The logs of the approaching storm, the dirge. Dirge means it's some sort of a funeral song. For what? Of the dying year. The year is, I think it is passing, to which the closing night, this closing night will, the year will, and so it is, it looks like it's a funeral song. And again, the poet says, what he says, that another picture of follows the west wind like a funeral song being sung over the death of a year, a huge storm. Then what happens? Then there will be a dome of the vast spulture burial grave, and there will be a big dome over the death of the year. Huh? So they said that the huge dome will be erected over the dead body of the year, the darkness of the night which is spreading over the death or the earth will serve the dome to dome. So it is a wonderful picturization, and this has been given a life by the poet. And here he says that what it happens, vaulted with all thy congregated might, vaulted all the way. There is the domes congregated, it's the collected of the collection of the clouds, and the clouds make some sort of a shape like a dome. The air which is which is a sign of power. So the collective strength of the clouds will be the vault or the arch of the roof, the tomb from the solid seeming the vaporous of the cloud in the sky will fall rain. And then what will happen? The vapors from whose solid atmosphere, the vapors, the stream which take the shape of the cloud, from whose the solid atmosphere, it is here the heavy clouds which are ready to thunder showers, the black rain. Then what happened? The black rain all the way there, there is the darkness and fire, there is the lightning, the hail, the thunderstorm, the foam, the burst that will open up. Oh here, oh here. The poet here again give calls west wind to listen, because it is a wonderful picturization given by the poet. The collecting strength of the cloud will be, as I told you, the vault, the arch, the tomb. For the solid seeming vapors cloud in the sky will fall rain, lightning, and hailstorm. So it is a wonderful picturization here. The power of the west wind have been shown here in the to say in the sky, or to say in the air. And this is uh, here in the 17th line. You look at the tangled bow of the heaven and ocean, the mixing of the branches of the trees which roots are in the ocean, whose branches up goes up into the sky. And likewise in the 18th line you will see, what there is. It is angels of the rain and lightning. Here the clouds are being personified as if the messenger of which announce the coming of the rain, lightning, and thunderstorms. In the 16th line, the loose clouds here, the another simile. There is a simile in the 16th line. The loose clouds are here. This is the loose. Yes, this is the loose clouds, which is here the another use of simile. Every loose cloud compared to the rotten leaf which fall from the trees down on the ground. Erasers, again the different simile is used over here. Erasers, the waves of the air. Minand, again the fire minand, the bucket, female follower of the Bacchus, who is an ancient mythology, was the god of wine. Bacchus was always drunken and traveled at the head of a procession consisting intoxicated men and women who are in the flowers of the Bacchus. Again, the zenith light, or here, the highest point of the sky. So, in this way, there is a lot of use of similes. Uh, and the voltage with all the congregated in the 26th line, you can see this is where he says that all the clouds are collectively will serve as an arched roof of the tomb which will erected over the dead bodies of the year. So in this way, if you note down, the whole of the scene of the stanza illustrates the abstract quality of Shelley's poetry. All the pictures of the stranger are vague and hazy. So it is the wonderful picturization of the poet in this stanza. In the third stanza, if you come on the third stanza, here Shelley representing the effects of west wind on the water. Earlier, in the previous stanza, we studied the powers or the impact of west wind over the sky, and now here the poet in the third stanza describing the powers of to say west wind in the um, water, the effect of the west wind on water. The west wind awakens from sleep the blue Mediterranean Sea, which was dreaming of old places of towers which once stood on the shores. When the west wind blows on the Atlantic, the waves rise on the both sides of the to prepare the short passage for west wind. Far below, the plants growing at the bottom of the ocean tremble with fear and shed their leaves. The stranger is remarkable in vivid imagery. And the Atlantic, the here Atlantic is personified. The phenomenon allude in the line 36 to 42. You can see or hear is well known to the naturalist. In a note, Sally pointed out that vegetation at the bottom of the sea, of river and lakes sympathizes with that of the land, and the change of seasons in the consequently influenced by the west wind, which announce that is change. So come on the text, I am going to read line to line over here, and then we will um uh, point out the difficult words after that. So come on, I am reading the text. Thou who didst waken from his summer's dream, the blue Mediterranean, where he lay, lulled by coil of his crystal stream, besides the Pemis Isel's Bay's Bay, and saw in sleep old places and towers quivering within the waves' intenser day, all overgrown with azure moss and flowers so sweet, the sense faint picturing them, thou for whose path an Atlantic level's power craves them into the charge while far and below sea blooms the ogee woods which wears the shapeless foliage of the ocean. No, thy voice and suddenly grow grey with fears and trembles and despoil themselves, O here. So the difficult words in this text, the in here in third stanza, there is the impact on Mediterranean Sea. So the Mediterranean Sea is the Prasant Mahasagar to say, lay it's laying, lulled, calm, coiled. mage, to say in rounding, round in the shape, crystal, the pure, sparkling. Besides the pumice, Iceland formed by the volcano, base bay, the base near the Naples, the base of near the base of Naples, quivering. It is some sort of vibration. Then the intentional date, the dense shade light, the very strong light, and then the azure sister, azure moss, that is the moss that is azure, that is mingled, interlinked. Then themselves chasm, there is the some sort of the depthness. Then shapeless, that is there is no fixed shape. Uji woods, the to say the vegetation of the bottom of the sea. Uji woods, the liquid woods, the plants. So this is the difficult words in the text. So now I'm going to explain the text line to line. So come on. Thou who didst waken from his summer stream, O west wind, thou waken, you awake the Mediterranean Sea, who is dreaming during the summer's day. The blue Mediterranean Sea, where he lay, the Mediterranean Sea is sleeping. So the west wind has by its violence and fury disturbed the Mediterranean Sea in his sleep. During the summer of the Mediterranean, has been or had been soothed the pleasant sound of the breeze, or to say the bright river which fell in the water had gone sleep near the Iceland. And his where beside the pumice isles of the Bays Bay, besides near the isle formed by the volcanic lava, the base bay, the near the base of the Naples, and saw in sleep. And what the Mediterranean Sea is during sleep, it's watching some sort of the to say dreams, the old places and towers. It is just imagining the old towers and bowers. In its sleeps, the Mediterranean Sea had seen the dream of the old places of the towers slightly trembling, hmm, in the bright, clear light of the ocean, where the motion flowers, what it happens, and it sleeps in the places of the towers, quivering within the waves of the intentional daylight. And all these quivering, the all inside towers and bowers of the inside the Mediterranean Sea begin to quivering, beginning to shiver within the waves of the intenser daylight, as the daylight, the denser light, the say the clear light of the ocean, where the most flowers such over vaporing, or to say the overpowering sweetness, or grow in the very thought of them would make them feel drowsy. And then what it happens, then all overgrown with azure moss of the flowers, and all the way there is the grass inside the Mediterranean Sea, so sweet, it is very sweet. The description is given here by the poet is very interesting, that it is thoughtful of them make feel drowsy. eh? The sense of faint picturing them, the sense which has been given or here, that is picturing the picture, the imagination created by the poet. Thou far whose path Atlantic level powers, and all the way your power can be seen inside the Atlantic Sea, its power, or to say the water thrown into the stage of agitation, waves rise one side and waves rise on other side. Between these waves, the hollows are produced. In this way, there is some sort of the waves. Clap themselves make a path for the west wind into the charge, into the depth of the while far and below, there and here, one side to another side. The sea blooms all the way, sea blooms up all the way. The sea looks like as if it is blooming. And Uji woods which wear, as the Uji woods know that the west wind is coming, they begin to sewer near in the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. The shapeless foliage of the ocean, no, and right now the shapeless, the between these waves, the hollow are produced before the west wind. The surface of the Atlantic was level, but now it is, or to say now, it would seem the Atlantic has cut the path on the surface for the west wind. It is a power over it. It is passing over it. There are a lot of plants growing inside the bottom of the ocean. These plants are wet, but they have no some sort of same, there is no some sort of, to say, the clear shape. They are shapeless, they are foliages inside the ocean. When the west wind begins to blow its Atlantic path, then what it happens, the plants became aware the arrival of it. The voice suddenly grow gray with fear, as they knew the west wind is coming. The voice of that west wind, as they listen, the Uji woods, they begin to fear. And what they do, they tremble and dispose their themselves here or here. And then what happens? They tremble, they begin to tremble and despoil to live, to shed their leaves. So what they happen? They begin to tremble with the fear. In the state of fear, they shed their leaves. Just in the autumn, the trees shed their leaves. Likewise, inside the ocean, the Uji, or to say the tree, as they know that the west wind comes, they begin to tremble and they shed their leaves. The plants at the bottom of the ocean also shed their leaves. The approach of the west wind is a signal to these plants shed their leaves. Hence, the plants are imagined as feeling frightened of the west wind. So, here the Mediterranean Sea, and there is the two term has been used in this stanza, the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic Sea. Both are personified over here just as an autumn, spring, the storm, the year, and the west wind have been personified before. These personifications, or to say these personifications, shows Shelley's myth making power. The It is the power of, obviously, Shelley, which presents such a wonderful text, or to say give the present wonderful presentation in this poem. So, students, now I'm stopping myself, and we will study stanza 4 and 5th in the next class. If you have any problem, you can contact me, you can call me, you can message in the message box. I will try to solve your problems. So, till then, bye bye.